Hey y'all, welcome to an episode of Crafting with Lisa. I'm going to try something that I've never done before, and it may not turn out, and you know I don't mind making mistakes on camera, but those of you who have been following my crafting know that I've been playing with resin, and since my heart episode I haven't been able to do a lot of physical things in the yard. But I've been resining away trying to learn techniques. It's not as easy as it looks. But today's project is inspired by Daniel Cooper. So I'm going to use a UV resin for this project. And I'll be using my UV resin curing machine. Oh, I'm drying things. I'm doing too many things at once is what's happening. I'll show you this. This is my UV resin light. The brand is Let's Resin. And it gives you light from upper and lower. And we'll see how this goes. How's that? Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan, Stan. Again, this technique is inspired by Daniel Cooper. And if you're watching this, Daniel, thank you for the inspiration. And Daniel recently put out a video talking about some of the personal challenges he's been through in his journey in establishing his very successful channel that I hope you emulate someday, somehow. So Daniel, if you watch this, thank you very much. Go ahead and laugh or cry with me as I try to do this project, okay? And just keep in mind I'm not a rule follower and I always think outside the box. So you'll see me do some strange things, I'm sure. Okay? So here we go. So I'll be using Let's Resin UV resin, clear and hard. First thing you want to do when you're working with resin is to put on protective gloves. You don't want to get this on your skin. And you should, if you're not in a well-ventilated room, put on a respirator as well. I have 2 fans going, circulating the air. So I'm not too worried about air circulation. And call me crazy, but I'm going to try to make a trivet with an aquarium theme. First thing I'm going to do is pour a coating of UV resin in the bottom of this. This will probably take a lot of this bottle. I just need a very, very small amount. Take a popsicle stick. Make sure it goes all the way to the edges of the mold. Sometimes if you tilt it, it'll even out better. I'm just looking for a very thin coating. And I put it in here. Put it on for 2 minutes. So that's been cured and it's still hot. So now I'm going to build the aquarium. It's pretty well done. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take little pebbles . Now you want to keep in mind the level of the mold. You don't want to go above the level because you want to leave enough room to do a top coat. Just going to cover this with resin. Then I'm going to put some green plants. These are just plastic aquarium plants. How's that look? Now our goal is to have these lay flat. So they may take some encouraging, and we may have to snip them a little bit when this gets done with its second cure. Popping it back in the lamp, 2 minutes. So these things may be standing up in front of or above the rim. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those. Or so I think. So if I slide this across, I might have a rock or two that are above. And the fish are a little bit tall. So once we get this all poured, we'll probably want to put a little bit of a dome on it with extra resin, which we'll have to do by hand. So now we're just going to fill it up. At this point, we're going to take the palm of a glove and put it over it, and I'll show you why. This is just a glove that's been cut up, and I'm putting it over the top of the mold with all its little folds and crinkles. Making sure it's touching the resin. And back into the zapper. Okay, we took them out of the lamp, and they're still quite warm, which means they're still setting. And now we try to get the rubber off. Very interesting. There were some bubbles, but that's okay because it's fish in a tank, right? Got some little rough peaks, but we can sand those off. Those that aren't covered by what we're going to pour over it. But, so what you're all thinking, that what else are you going to do with all these Ripley things? Well, I've got a clear container. I've got resin alcohol inks. I've got lemon yellow, yellow green, turquoise, and azure blue. So I'm going to put a drop of this in this little container. A drop of yellow or two. Okay. Then using a paintbrush, I'm going to start dabbing them randomly in here. So now what we need to do is top off the resin. Just top it off flat. I still want a peak on the other side. Then we'll simply pour that over the top. My question is, how close did I measure what I needed? It feels set. A little sticky over the fish, so I'll probably zap it a little bit that way. Let's see if this gave me the effects I want. And I am going to have to go trim up the sides. All right. Put it this way. You can see we don't quite have the jeweled effect that I was looking for back here. Maybe I needed another coating of alcohol ink, another layer. But Daniel, if you're watching this, give me a tip on how to bring more of those colors out here. But otherwise, I'd say that's a success. It's not stunning, but it is pretty. And that'll be, I'll put 3 little feet on the back. And you can use that as a trivet on the table. Okay, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I even like the bubbles here. It kind of looks like the bubbles coming from the fish. So again, I didn't worry about bubbles. Alright, hope you enjoyed watching this. Till next time, see ya. Thumbs up, hit the button, do whatever you need to do if you want to see more. Bye.